Hey there, welcome to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds. I'm Shane, Operations Manager here at Waikato Sheds, and we're here at Morrinsville checking out A1 Bobcats do a dig out for a 360 square metre shed for Men's Shed Morrinsville. Thought it would be a perfect opportunity to have a little look at what's involved to do a dig out for one of our sheds. Let's go catch up with Roy and see what he does. Hey Roy, how's things mate?
Yeah, not bad.
Come tell me what you're doing.
How's it going, man?
How you going?
Well, pretty much here. We're just building a new foundation for the men's shed here in Morrinsville.
Yep.
With the Geotech that we had come out, said that we don't really need to do any dig outs. It's just, what I'm doing here is just breaking up the rock that's on site so we can get our pegs down for the boxing and so the boys aren't here days on end whacking pegs
Trying
in.
to dig into rock.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
Yep.
might as well use the diesel powered spade for that. So
Yeah, cool. So what do you got? Tell us about your digger.
well, it's just a Hitachi 6.5 ton machine.
Yeah.
We've only had it running since the beginning of this year, so
Nice.
it's nice to be in a new machine.
And is it fairly big for in digger terms? Like what sort of others do you have in the fleet?
We've got an 8.5 ton,
Yeah.
which we use on our bigger sites. This one here is mainly the main use for, because it's got rubber tracks, we can go on concrete and not disturb too much ground and stuff.
Nice.
So
yeah, cool.
real
Good stuff.
versatile.
We often have questions from our kit set clients mainly about dig outs and what sort of needs to happen.
Yeah.
So I know that for our slabs we have edge thickenings that go around.
Yep.
Do you making sure that you're digging those edge thickenings nice and deep?
It depends on what the thickening detail is.
Yeah.
There's some thickening details where the boys can, with the sand I put down and level up with the, whether I have this on site or our Bobcat there. Depends on how deep the thickening is. If it's 600, I'll pre-dig the thickenings, then we'll backfill with sand, so then when the boxing goes in they can either just dig by hand 600, or I come in with this machine and just rip it all out.
Yeah, right.
The thickenings, the smaller thickenings, they generally do by hand because it's only quite shallow.
So basically you want to be removing all of the rock and the hard stuff out, filling it up with a nice, what would you say, fines, like sand?
Sand is preferred, because it compacts nice, it's easy to work with. Don't have sand, fines or is your next best thing.
Yeah. So that just means that once the boxing's up, the guys can come along and they're digging their footings into nice soft sand. It's far easier than digging into rock, right?
Oh, miles easier.
Yeah. And what about local thickenings? I know that under each of our portal legs, we can quite often have some really deep local thickenings.
Yep. So
how do you normally dig those?
Normally I'll come either with a digger or a Bobcat, and we'll just do an auger hole to the design depth, and where your portals are. Yeah. Then that gets removed, and whatever design, whether there's a steel cage going there or whatever. So. Yeah.
So do you fill that up with sand as well? Like
no.
So you just auger it out once it's boxed up?
Yeah. Right. So they'll box it all up, mark out where I need to drill. We drill them, then the
drop your cage in.
Drop your cage in. Yeah.
Yeah, beauty. So that's talking about the edge thickenings and the local thickenings around the edge.
Yeah.
What about the rest of it?
So most habitable sheds or houses are designed with Geotechs involved. So they'll come to us, say, right, you need to dig out X amount depth. Have it inspected, then we backfill with sand, compact it all as we come up. They come back, recheck it all, and then the next process is concrete. But for instance here we've already got the go-ahead that we've got a good enough ground to work on. So with here we're just doing the edge details. Then I'll use our sharp grade and just laser level the sand out to our desired height.
Yeah. And the Bobcats are really cool these days with the laser levels. They just get the sand just so flat.
They do. Right? Yeah. I think that there was it. I can get a whole site within 2 mil.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, and that's really important. If your pad's a little bit out, then obviously you're paying more for concrete.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important to get your sand at a really nice level base.
Yeah, sand's definitely cheaper than concrete.
Yeah, that's right.
Each site is very different in its scope of works. Whether it can be going from a flat site like this to digging into the side of a hill to recess a house down into.
So I guess in summary, it's important if you've had a Geotech done, your council may have asked for a Geotech when you've done your consent. It's really important to understand what's in that and making sure you're doing your dig out to suit your Geotech. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And always let us know, sing out, get in touch with one of us here at Waikato Sheds. We'll happily walk you through, and we'll happily recommend A1 Bobcats and concrete too. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. We appreciate what you do.
No worries.
Cheers, Roy. Appreciate it.
Pleasure working with you guys.
Cool.